symptoms that show up when you're doing too much. Can I give them to you real quick? I said, can I give them to you? Okay, only this side want them. Who want them? Okay, here it is. And in his book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, John Mark Comer says there are 10 symptoms that show up when you're doing too much. Can I give them to you real quick? I said, can I give them to you? Okay, only this side want them. Who want them? Okay, here it is. Number 1, excessive irritability. This is the most quiet sermon I've done. I got more amens in the studio. Here it is, excessive irritability. Are we all irritable from time to time? Of course. But it's one thing to always be irritable. Come on now. Where people you love and who love you get the worst from you. For something they didn't do to you. They didn't even do it, but they're doing the time for someone else's crime. When you're doing too much, you're irritable. Lord, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm trying to shift us to a kingdom consciousness where we want to be big humans and not just do big things. What we hear in culture is do big things, but we're not big humans. And so we build big things that we cannot sustain and maintain because we built something bigger than the core of our character. Did you hear what I just said? Your gift can build it, but your character can tear it down. So my question now, watch this. I'm no longer impressed with fast trajectory. I used to be impressed with people who did major things so fast. Now I'm impressed with longevity. Y'all didn't hear what I just said. Yeah, I'm not impressed now with whether or not you can get it. I'm impressed now, can you keep it? Did you hear what I just said? Can you blow up and still keep your integrity? Can you have options and still say, I'm going to do the right thing? Can God trust you with influence and you not get full of yourself? It's not can you get it, can you keep it? And I don't know who I'm preaching to today, but I believe I'm preaching to some people who are at a season in your life, who are at the point in your own growth and development where you're saying, I'm ready to keep it. Yeah, I'm tired of getting and losing, having and not having. God, if you give it to me now, I'm going to keep it. Yeah, if I got excessive irritability, I'm doing too much. Number 2, hypersensitivity. A minor infraction causes a major blow up. Constructive criticism feels like character assassination. It doesn't mean you're a weak person. It might mean you're doing too much. You're soul sick. Restlessness. Here's number 3, restlessness. You can't slow down and relax. Somebody tell you relax, you can't. I'm telling you. Restlessness. You go on vacation. Not realizing that you are wherever your mind is. So you can be in Dubai, but if you're stressed about what's going on in New Jersey, number 4, workaholism. Where work becomes an escape because you've attached your identity to it. So you don't know who you are if you couldn't do what you do. Who are you if you can't do what you do? Number 5, emotional numbness. Where you lose the capacity for empathy. Boy, I don't even have to. I need 10 weeks just on these 10. I says, it's where you lose it. See, watch this. See, sometimes we judge people who are emotionally numb without exploring what got them there. Because if for some people, watch this, they've been too busy to actually audit and make adjustments with their circles. So they keep exposing themselves chronically to people who are consistently injuring them. So you have to be numb now to protect yourself because you're surrounded by people who don't know how to handle you properly. Did you hear what I just said? So because I won't choose differently when it comes to my friendship circle. I choose to develop a hard heart because I'm comfortable surrounding myself with people who love me but use me. Y'all okay? I got 10 minutes. Here it is. Number 6, out of order priorities. It's when I'm becoming so responsible for somebody else's irresponsibility that I'm unable to be responsible for my responsibilities. Can we go here for a minute? I say, can we go here for a minute? See, I want to show you a divine rhythm when it comes to love. Like when it comes to priorities on who you should love. Here it is. Number 1 is God. Most people agree on that. Here's where the dissent and the disagreement comes. It comes with number 2. Because number 2 is not others. That's not what the Bible says. Yes, it is, Dr. Dharius. It says, love God with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, and your strength, and your neighbor. That's not all it says, though. Your neighbor as yourself. Inferring that if you don't love yourself well, you do not have the capacity to love your neighbor well. I'm not saying be obsessed with self. I'm not saying be caught up in self. I'm not saying idolize self, but you got to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you do not have the capacity to properly love others. Now watch this. If you don't love yourself, you can please others. Yeah, right? Because most people pleasers don't love themselves properly. Because when you love yourself properly, you know how to set up and maintain boundaries. Y'all, and some of us have to get our priorities in order. How you doing loving God Now, how you doing loving you? This is what David said. He said, I'm fearfully. Is that what he said? He said, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. When is the last time you actually felt similarly about you? Just think about it. Most of us don't feel that way. We are absorbed with, preoccupied with our imperfections. So fixated on what's wrong with you. And you, watch this, because if you don't appreciate the value that you bring to others, how do you expect them to? Yeah, you a mess, but you generous, and you kind, and you loyal, and you committed, and you dedicated, and you selfless. You a rider. Come on, you're a supporter. Out of order priorities. Lack of care for our bodies. Too busy to take care of us. Number 8, escapist behaviors. Becoming preoccupied with distractions. Number 9, slippage of spiritual disciplines. Too busy for God. I'm not going to bother this because I'm going to talk about it in a later message. Because you got spiritual strength like Samson had natural strength. But your spiritual strength is connected to something that Delilah, which is a metaphor for whatever the enemy wants to use to seduce you, wants to cut off. So the enemy uses seduction to cut off the thing that's giving you strength. And when I say seduction, I'm not just talking about physical seduction. I'm talking about he uses something that's seemingly attractive to pull us away from the thing that gives you spiritual strength. And so we surprised when we end up spiritually weak, but you're not doing the thing that keeps you spiritually strong. And you're not doing the thing that keeps you spiritually strong because you let Delilah get your attention. Delilah can be friends. Delilah can be television. Delilah can be the club. Is Catmandu still open or no? No. Okay, no, okay. Delilah can be whatever. Oh, here's another one. Number 10, isolation. You're doing too much. You're surrounded by people but still feel lonely. See, you can be physically present but emotionally absent. Some of us are surrounded by people that really don't even know where you are right now in this season. And this is what I'm telling you. Guys, this is a word from God, I believe. We live in a culture that's captured by these issues. This is normal in culture. This is the spirit of this age. But how many know, when I just listed those 10 symptoms, how many know that is not the way God intends for us to live?